What's up, everyone? It's Brian at The Inevitable You. I hope you're having an amazing day. I want to share some very important questions for you to ask and answer yourself. It's questions that everyone should ask themselves pretty frequently. And because our world has been turned upside down, we've had a lot of curveballs thrown our way, plans have been changed. Maybe you've been laid off, maybe it's relationship challenges you're experiencing, maybe your health isn't doing as great as it was, and we've been forced to adapt to the things, the events of life and the challenges, and also with the social justice events happening and being in solitude, being in quarantine, we've really been forced to examine ourselves and make decisions on who we want to be and what are the things we want to do from here on out, and that's on individual level, collective level. And so these questions that I want to cover today, they're going to give you clarity on where you're going and how we handle the challenges and adversity, and really adapting to this new reality and creating the life that you want. So let me share my screen so I can show you some notes here. And the first couple of questions. So why are you here? Why are you here? And that can mean many things here in the Inevitable You system, on this mailing list, here being this present moment, this emotional state, this reality that you find yourself in, whatever it is to you. Why are you here, and how did you get here? And then what do you want? What do you want to create? What's your goals? What do you want to fix? What do you want to change? What do you want to improve? If you're heading west versus heading to California versus heading to a small restaurant in San Francisco, all of those have increasing levels of specificity, and it matters where you are in Colorado or New York or wherever you may be. So really spending some great time with this and getting clear on these questions, it's so crucial. It sets the destination, where you're going. It's the target. It puts all of the mapping mechanisms and subsequent actions into motion. And in the model of the world process that we give all new clients, anyone entering the Inevitable You system, this is the first question that you'll find, and it's called outcomes. What are your outcomes? What do you want? Why are you here? Is it pain that you want to overcome? Is it a vision that you want to implement? So again, so important that we spend some great time with these. Now, there's some very important distinctions that I also want you to think about as you're answering these questions. We have a large number of people that come to us with what we call precision requirements. And what that means is there's something very specifically that they want to focus on and create as far as outcomes. It could be in business, love, relationships, whatever. There's something very precise, and that can be in a towards pattern, meaning there's something that I want. It's the, Bruce, our great master Bruce Lee, the successful warrior is the man with laser focus. There's something very specific. I'm going from point A to point B, and it's this very specific outcome. Now, this can also be in a away pattern, meaning moving away from something that you don't want. Now, the metaphor here is it's that splinter. There it is. And this is, again, it can be a troubled relationship, a failing business model, declining health, whatever it is. There's that splinter you want to remove. And some of the questions that you may be asking yourself is, well, who's going to remove it? Is it me? Is it the Inevitable You? Is it someone else? Can I? Will I? Do I have the desire? Is this important enough to me? And what if I do it and it causes more pain? What if I make this change and it's more painful to me than leaving the splinter there? And what if I change and they don't like me? What then? Will the people in my life, will they think of me the same way? Or, will I lose some of the relationships in my life? And what if I can't see it? I know I'm in pain, but I'm not quite sure what the splinter is. How do I find it? And, with a real splinter, that's a no-brainer, right? You go get the tweezers, easy, take the little piece of wood out, and you're good. But with an emotional splinter or a mental software splinter, a thought pattern splinter, yeah, those become a little more challenging and difficult. And what do I do? Where do I start? So in this kind of focus, some of the potential drivers and responses that we find is, well, you get what you want, awesome, yay. You eliminate what you don't want, you remove the splinter, yay. Maybe it's I can't, I don't know if I can. You start and you quit. Maybe you've tried to remove the splinter, or tried to, go after some goal and end up petering out. And if you got what you want and then it's like, now what? Or you quit. Well, what about the second splinter that presents itself? You use the same strategy that you used for the first one, and if it works, again, yay. But what about the third splinter? Is it the same strategy, or do you need a different one? So you get what you want, and there's always this question, now what? What's next? Where do I go? And if what you currently have is fine or okay or good, it almost feels like this stuck, plateaued, stagnant kind of feeling to it. And if you're just going from one precise need to the next, from X to Y to Z, it's got this herky-jerky kind of feeling to it, and it's one step forward, two steps back, and it doesn't really feel like flow. So you can come here or go after these outcomes in a precise kind of way, or there's another option that I want you to ponder, and we call this the holistic drivers. It's that high tide that lifts all boats in the harbor. It's a uplift across all areas simultaneously, with everything, money, health, love. Everything is on this upward trajectory towards this better place. And by the way, in doing that, the pain or the splinters that were there fall away as a result of this kind of work. And this can feel heavy or harder. It is a broader approach, and because you're focusing on multiple things at once, it can feel like a massive, sometimes daunting undertaking. But this is the power in what our approach is as the operating system. This is where the mental software becomes a game changer, because if you think about love or money as these application softwares, meaning you have QuickBooks for your financials, you have Facebook for your social, you have Match.com for your relationships. If you upgrade one area, if you upgrade just QuickBooks, well, it's going to be limited by the operating system that's running. The latest versions of QuickBooks, it doesn't even support Windows 98. You can't even run that operating system anymore. You have to be running Windows 10. So in focusing on upgrading the operating system, this mental software, the thought patterns, the beliefs, everything, it helps in upgrading all areas of your life, because one pattern that presents itself in, say, your relationships will present itself in your health. So there's a tremendous amount of value to approaching this at the operating system level. And then there's a third group. It's our elite crowd, the ones that want to be these great, extraordinary leaders, and not only do this for themselves, but they want to do this for all others in their life that they lead, kids, friends, relationships, everything. And it's just this off the hook magic zone place. And so whether it's your Michael Jordans or the UConn women's basketball team, the winningest basketball team in history, Ken Jennings, the longest Jeopardy streak, right? And one of my personal favorites, Peyton Manning, there he is, dealing with an injury, and he's still listening in on practice when they told him, hey, you're rehabbing, you can't be practicing right now. No, he's still a part of the team. He's still the leader. And so we arrive at you. There you are. What portrait, what picture do you want to create, and what pixels are you filling in as for your greatness? And who do you want to be as a leader, and how you choose to inspire others to go on this great journey to, epic places with you? What is this ultimate portrait and picture that you're wanting to create? So back to the main questions. What do you want? Why are you here? What are your outcomes? Is it something precise? Is it holistic in nature, or is it this elite crowd wanting to do this not only for yourself, but all others that look to you as a leader, or to develop yourself as a leader? So please take some time over today or the next few days, think about this, but more importantly, write this down. We preach journaling here in the Inevitable You system. There's such a power in not just thinking about these things, but putting it on a piece of paper and committing to it, getting clarity on it. So write it down. I'd love for you to send me your responses. I'd love to know what you're wanting to focus on. It's only going to help me in providing you more value and serving you at the highest level. So I'll look forward to hearing your responses. You can email me. It's brian@theinevitableyou.com. Reply to any of our emails or go to our website. Many ways to reach us. I'll look forward to hearing from you, and hope you have a great rest of your week. Take care.